Hi, this is attorney Nicole Christie from the Christie Law Firm, where we work hard to make families stronger. So today I want to talk to you about DCF and family court. This is a couple of parts to this particular series and different videos, but I wanted to just talk about what has been our experiences dealing with DCF when you have a family court matter. And today I want to talk to you all about ex parte hearings and actually filing an ex parte. If you're not sure what that is, it's where one parent decides that they need to have sole custody for one reason or another, normally around the safety of the children, and not allowing the other parent to have custody, or maybe even stop visitation or put some limits on visitation. And so one of the things that I have found is that sometimes DCF is involved, and I'll give you a case scenario. You can have a case where, for example, one parent has spanked the child. They used physical discipline and actually left a mark on the child. Now DCF is involved, and so they talk to parent number two. And so parent number two is concerned, doesn't know what to do, because here is this visitation schedule that they're supposed to adhere to. What we have seen is a DCF worker will actually say, maybe you should file an ex parte. They're not lawyers, and they sometimes deny that they ever say that, but what they do is put in the idea for the parent number two that they should file an ex parte motion. And so what we have found is that DCF will make that recommendation, and parent number two actually goes ahead and file. The concern that I have around that is, number one, they're not lawyers. They're not individuals who can tell you what they should do as far as what you should do as far as your court hearings are concerned. So one of the things that I would really suggest is making sure that they put that in writing. If they are reluctant to put that in writing, you should be very, very careful about using that information in your ex parte hearing. So again, if you're parent number two and you've been given this information, you may want to talk with the worker to see if they're willing to put that in writing. Will DCF support that in court if they are called as witnesses? If in that moment they decide to start, hemming and hawing, or they step back, or they, walk back their recommendation, or they're not really confident or give you any sense of confidence that, yes, go ahead and do this. This is in the safety of the child. We're going to remove the child if you don't do this. Whatever is the statement that would give you some kind of confidence that if you didn't do it, DCF would intervene in some other way. You have to have that confidence, and without it, you're going on some thin ice going into court, or at least it's not going to be a guarantee that things will work out the way that you would like it to. 9 times out of 10, you definitely need to subpoena that worker, not their supervisor, not someone else, but subpoena that worker and see if they're willing to testify exactly the way that they talk to you in your home. And so what I have found is that sometimes they don't. Sometimes, they will shy away, or maybe they would say that was a miscommunication, or they didn't intend, they're not, attorneys, they didn't intend to actually give you any type of legal advice. And then you're kind of left with, did you make this all up? Did you write that because the courts take DCF seriously? And I'll get to that in a second. So keep that in mind, that you need to be sure, if you're parent number two, that if you use DCF in filing an ex parte, you have to be confident that they're going to testify in the way that they've expressed to you. Now, if you're parent number one and this ex parte has been filed against you, and you're concerned, wait, this isn't true, or there's some information that's missing, or the DCF worker didn't talk to me, and there are some factors that actually help you. Keep this information in mind. Sometimes they haven't said that to the client. Sometimes they're only alluding to it. Sometimes they're not going to stick by their original recommendation. In the middle of this are kids. So I always want you to, recognize that there are kids involved in this, and we want to do everything possible to keep them safe and really shielded from the conflict. But if you're going to rely on DCF and filing an ex parte, you've got to be sure that they're going to stick to their recommendation. one of the things I've also found is that, oftentimes family courts take DCF's recommendations very, very seriously. They want to they want to know more. They're going to err on the side of caution. They trust that DCF is a child protection agency, and therefore anything that they said needs to be at least seriously considered. So understand that DCF is a tool. I don't want to call it a weapon. It's a tool in trying to maintain children's safety. But you also need to be sure of what you're doing when you're dealing with DCF, and if you're going to utilize them in any type of hearing, especially an ex parte hearing. So keep all of these factors in mind when you're dealing with DCF and family court. They do, influence each other, and it's important to understand their role in the family court system. Take care. Until next time, if you ever have an issue dealing with DCF or in family court, please don't hesitate to contact our office.